Former Chicago mayor, and alleged BD gang leader, Lori Lightfoot said something, immediately following the murder of FBG Duck, that was untrue. We'll hear what she said, explore the reasons why she said it, and predict Durk's next moves, now that she was voted out of office. Lori Lightfoot, street name Lil Raccoon, lied when she claimed that FBG Duck gave up his own location on the day he died, when he live-streamed from the Magnificent Mile. Of course, we all know from the arrest of THFTZ, and recently revealed FBI documents, that this wasn't true. So, why did she say it? Why did Lil Raccoon lie? Did she conspire with a group of Dark Avengers during a gang war? We'll answer those questions, and more on Endgame, the follow-up to Infinity War, as the Cartoon News Network concludes its series on Chicago's Get Back Gang.
My understanding is that this was an individual who fancies himself as a rapper, but is also a member of a gang. There's been an ongoing conflict between his gang and another. He was live streaming his travels through the city, and he was found.
Stop it. Stop it right there, Little Raccoon. She called FBG Duck an individual who fancies himself as a rapper, but was also a gang member. That's not a lie, it's just, the same could be said about Lil Durk, and every other rapper. The part where Lori really messed up is that last part. The part where she said, he was live streaming his travels through the city, and was found. Show me the FBG Duck live from the Magnificent Mile on the day he died. I'm waiting. Anybody else know where to find it? Don't bother looking because it doesn't exist. Better yet, go ahead, and try to find it, because you won't, which begs the question again, why did Lil Raccoon lie? Why would the mayor of Chicago, immediately, and recklessly publicize false information about one of the biggest murders the city has seen, since the days of Al Capone, and the St. Valentine's Day Massacre? Okay, here's our answer. Is everyone ready? Lil Raccoon lied because she's a member of the Black Disciple Street Gang. Don't laugh. It's that simple, and I'm not joking because that is, literally, the only way to explain her lying about Duck, giving up his location to his enemies, by live streaming his whereabouts, when that's obviously not what happened. The former mayor clearly had an interest in protecting the Sloppy 5, now, Sloppy 6, from federal investigation. Why? Follow the money. It's not like, Lil Raccoon Lightfoot was on the streets putting in work for the BDs, but she was a bought and paid for member, in terms of providing Durk and his gang with the political cover necessary to fight a gang war, while maintaining a successful rap career. These are the top 3 reasons to believe that former Chicago Mayor Lil Raccoon Lightfoot, is a BD that plotted with her gang to cover up evidence in the murder of FBG Duck.
3, that's a magic number. Yes, it is. It's the magic number.
The truth. The truth about how FBG Duck's killers learned of his location, versus the story told to the world by Chicago's former mayor, appears as number 3 on our list of evidence to show that Lil Raccoon Lightfoot, is an outstanding member of the Black Disciple Street Gang. We're not talking about an honorary member. She's full-fledged BD. In April 2023, Ralph Turpin, often called Tall, or THFTZ, was arrested on racketeering and murder charges related to FBG Duck's killing. He was the one that dropped FBG Duck's location. FBG Duck did not live stream his whereabouts.
My understanding is that this was an individual who fancies himself as a rapper, but is also a member of a gang. There's been an ongoing conflict between his gang and another. He was live streaming his travels through the city, and he was found.
Listen to Lil Raccoon Lightfoot, talk about, there has been an ongoing conflict between FBG Duck's gangster disciples and another gang. Yeah, bitch. An ongoing conflict between the GDs against Lil Durk and your gang, bitch. On faux NM. Who does she think she's fooling? Gang members lie to the police all the time to protect fellow gang members from jail. That's exactly what Lil Raccoon did, and recently released FBI paperwork proves it. Ralph Turpin, aka THFTZ, was shopping on the Gold Coast when he spotted Duck and started making phone calls. Turpin asked someone that he was speaking to on the phone, "What's D-Tang's number?" and went on to tell the person to whom Turpin was speaking to have D-Tang call Turpin. Multiple witnesses are expected to testify that D-Tang is Dante Banks Jr., the older brother of individual E, also known as Lil Durk. Multiple witnesses will testify that Durk is a high-ranking black disciple, and at times material to the superseding indictment, was, and is a part of a black disciple faction allied with O-Block and Lamron. So, the fact that the former mayor of Chicago lied about FBG Duck's murder to protect Durk, a high-ranking black disciple, is number 3 on our list of evidence that Lil Raccoon is also a BD.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us.
Paramedic's lackluster response to a shooting on Chicago's Magnificent Mile of a famous rapper is number 2 on our list of evidence that Chicago's former mayor was a BD working with Lil Durk and their gang of dark Avengers to set up FBG Duck for murder. Time was running out for the Get Back gang to kill Duck. He was in the process of finalizing a deal with J. Prince and Rap-A-Lot Records. J. Prince featured Larry Hoover, the founder of the Gangster Disciples, on the Ghetto Boys' 1996 album, Resurrection, and more recently organized a benefit concert to free the man from prison, featuring Kanye West and Drake. Duck planned on moving himself and his family to Houston. It didn't help take off from the Migos, but Duck would have been under the protection of the Prince family and mob ties. More importantly, he would have been out of Chicago. Jamal Green, a former Chicago mayoral candidate against Lil Raccoon, tweeted his dissatisfaction with how Duck's crime scene was handled. He initially wrote, "Popular rapper FBG Duck has just been pronounced dead after being shot in the Gold Coast an hour ago. Prayers up for his family, bring justice to them after this senseless act." Green additionally tweeted, "I'm super questioning how long it took for the ambulance to arrive on scene. Someone on the scene, please DM me, and tell me how long you were there before paramedics arrived. I saw way too many videos of officers scared to approach, and not enough paramedics there to help." He added, "Police neglected to offer basic medical aid to FBG Duck, and I'm sure their excuse is going to be COVID. He laid there needing help, and it took way too long for him to get help. How many black men and women die because of time every day after being shot? Sickening." What's even more sickening is the fact that a black woman, Lil Raccoon, was in charge of hiring the chiefs of the police department and the fire department, whose agencies failed to administer proper care to Duck, and instead of holding them accountable, she callously blamed him for revealing his location on live, which he did not do.
Still number one.
Before discussing the number 1 reason to believe that former Chicago Mayor Lil Raccoon Lightfoot is a BD gang member, please hit that like button, and subscribe. After this video, check out our full series on King Von's best friend, T-Roy, the Get Back Gang, and the Dark Avengers.
Avengers! Assemble.
The number 1 reason to think that Lil Raccoon is a BD gang member, financed by Lil Durk, and tasked with the job of providing him political cover while he, and the rest of their gang, fight a gang war is the fact that the FBI believes it. That's the reason they took over a murder investigation that the Chicago Police Department would normally handle, and made it a federal RICO case. The FBI didn't trust Lil Raccoon, and her goons, to investigate themselves. Think about it. King Von, a well-known BD gang member, was shot dead in the streets of Atlanta, after an altercation with Quando Rondo, a well-known Crip, and there was no federal investigation. Why not? Because the feds trusted the Atlanta authorities to conduct a thorough investigation, and prosecute anyone responsible for possible crimes. To their credit, Lil Tim was not prosecuted because they found it was bullets from guns fired by officers that killed Vaughn. They found Lil Tim was acting in self-defense once the guns came out. Obviously, the feds wouldn't trust a gang leader, like Lil Raccoon, to investigate their own gang, so RICO charges were brought against the O-Blockians. Now, what is Durk going to do? Lil Raccoon was voted out of office. What's Durk's endgame? The answer is easy. Put together a campaign contribution for the new mayor, and flip him to a BD too.
My understanding is that this was an individual who fancies himself as a rapper, but is also a member of a gang. There's been an ongoing conflict between his gang and another. He was live streaming his travels through the city, and he was found.